with Christ as our standard. Urban Family Talk.
Black Lives Matter organizer, a young woman by the name of Ashley Yates, recently tweeted out a picture of riot wear. Okay, this is how you should dress when you're going to be a part of a riot. Okay, Black Lives Matter organizer and protester, a young girl by the name of Ashley Yates. Mm-hmm. Now, what's interesting about this? The riot gear that they post the same image, one written in English and the other written in Arabic.
Wow.
Why do you need a Black Lives Matter image written in Arabic to show you how to show up in riot gear? Now, right. Okay? Because let me tell you something. Those people will chop off your head too. Okay, so that's the question. Now, there's no answer for that. There's no answer. There's no there's no answer for that. But it's out there. She tweeted this picture out. It's a side-by-side frame. I'll put the story in the turban so you can see it with your own too. Man. Okay? It's a side-by-side image of riot gear outlining what you're to wear and why you're to wear it in English and in Arabic. Okay? Wow. Now, and here, let me give you under the title, Necessary Clothing and Accessories. Okay? This is the guide for Black Lives Matter protesters showing up. How to deal with riots, okay? You need a sweatshirt or a leather jacket with a hood. It helps to shield your face from tear gas. You need spray paint so that if the authorities attack us, we can spray paint the visors of their helmets and the windshields of their armored trucks, blocking their vision and hindering their movement. Bring protective glasses, can be bought at any metalworking or paint shop, okay? The lid of the pot, you can use the shield. The lid of a pot, you can use this as a shield when state security beats you or shoots rubber bullets.
Wow.
Bring a scarf to protect your mouth and lungs from tear gas. Thick rubber gloves in order to protect your hands from the heat of tear gas containers. Shoes that make it easy to run and move quickly. This is all in this document that this BLM organizer tweeted out. Again, in English and in Arabic.
Wow.
This is for black people? Come on now. You understand what I'm saying here?
Man.
Look, you people, the root cause of this, we're talking about lawlessness. Okay? This is clear and simple. We are talking about lawlessness. We are talking about sin. And again, back to the first hour of this show, we need to stop trying to nuance sin. We need to stop trying to look at things and say, well, this is sin because it's white against black. Sin is sin. That's why I push back when black people say they can't be racist, man. You're deceiving yourself. That is a sin of your heart. Mm-hmm. It's a sin of your heart. You have to lay that at the foot of the cross. So I would stand by my assertion that this is would be if the mission were genuine, okay? If the BLM mission were genuine, this Georgia high school story would be a cause that demands their attention. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if they were pro-women, okay, and they were genuine about that, then this would be a story that they would be out on the trail.
They don't have the right racial element, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you got to ask yourself, what does it benefit a movement to divide a nation based on along color lines? How does it benefit? It continues to drum up support based on wounds in this country, and I'm going to suggest wounds that Christians have that they have not dealt with. Do you understand? This sin runs deep, man. When I see people riding around as I do, with Confederate flags on their vehicles and Confederate flag license plates and all of this stuff, my first thought is that, man, they're probably not a believer. Really, that's my first thought. Then after that,
you might be wrong though.
And I might be wrong. We had this discussion. I might be wrong. Will said one time, it was this weekend, he said they're probably on their way from church. And my next thought is, man, Lord, I pity them. I pity them. Do you understand how cancerous it is to be so beholden to hate? To snuggle hate like a blanket? You understand what I'm saying? To fall asleep with hate like a teddy bear? Hate.
Man.
Do you think about that? That brings you comfort to hate somebody. Come on now. That, man, I overflow with like pity and grief. I'm like, man, you know, y'all, you're not meant to carry that around. That is destructive internally first. These outward expressions that we see, these outbreaks of violence, are an indication that something internally has first been destroyed. Do you understand what I'm talking about here? Now, look, here's what I'm not suggesting. I think people can understand my sarcasm here. I'm not calling for BLM to mount up and head to Georgia. That's not what I'm
Not in
doing
support.
is pointing out the hypocrisy that exists.
Right.
Hopefully people can get that and see what I'm saying here. I have already listed the 3 reasons, and there are many, but I have given 3 reasons why the Black Lives Matter movement itself, listen, it's an organization. It's not just a nice hashtag, people. It is an organization. I've already given 3 of many reasons why it's incompatible with biblical Christianity. The distinction here being biblical.
Right.
A lot of people call themselves Christians and they're not. Okay? I've already given some reasons to support that. But what I want to say to you is this. The cause to care about people's lives is a noble one. But as a believer, you cannot align with a cause or an organization that wars against biblical principles. Black Lives Matter, the movement, is one such organization, and it does war against biblical principles. And if you war against biblical principles, you're warring against God. If you're warring against God, you're not a friend of mine.
Come on now.
I can't link arms with you. If you are the enemy of God, you are my enemy.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing in your face. You're mocking my God. I'm not laughing in your face. I don't see where you're coming from. I don't understand your perspective. You're the enemy of God. Thereby, you're my enemy. I'm always on his side. I don't care what your skin color is. I choose him over you all the time, point blank, period. Done. That needs to be the declaration of every believer. Christ over culture. God over game all the time.
Yep.
You can't say that. You're not sold out. You haven't been bought. He doesn't own you if you can't say that. If you hesitate because of the brown skin you're in,
Man.
you haven't been purchased.
Ouch.
You need to look down and see red. The blood of Jesus Christ that covers you, giving you a new identity. A new identity. If you don't have a new identity, you haven't been purchased. I always choose him. I'm on his side. He's not on my side. Man, I point these things out. I'm not trying to plug my book, but I'm telling you, if you get the devotional, I point these things out in no uncertain terms. A lot of the stuff that we believe and have submitted to and subscribed to is foolishness. It's worldly culture, man. It's not biblical. God is not on your side. You understand what I'm saying? You need to get on his side. He's not for you until you're for him. A lot of people like, I know God is for me. He don't even know you.
Ooh.
Oh, Lord.
Truth, wisdom, empowerment. Urban Family Talk.